So I've had a lot of you reach out to me recently. And when I say recently, I mean like very recently, in like the past couple of weeks. And a lot of you have been coming to me for the same things, like, whether that's like career, relationship advice, whatever the case is. And that's amazing, right? That's like what I'm literally centering my content around. So thank you guys for hearing what I have to say and like actually resonating with it. I think that's amazing. Um, but I do think that I've been getting a lot of the same questions. So I think it kind of makes sense for me to make a video around just that. Like, when it comes to relationships, when it comes to career, when it comes to overall life, relationships, like any of that, right? What is it that you want out of it? What is it that you're trying to get through? Whether you're trying to process a breakup, whether you're trying to figure out the next move in your career, all of this really comes down to asking yourself one question and one question only. What is it that you actually want? And that question is overwhelming, right? Because there's so many things that we want. And I think the process or the journey that you guys have been seeing unfold in front of you is me constantly asking myself that question, and me kind of just putting that out there for you guys is, what is it that I actually want? And I love that. I love that, like, you guys can kind of see me go through that, and it's inspiring you to do the same thing. But that's really all it is. Like, you just really need to ask yourself, what is it that you want? What is it? And get like super specific on it, and just keep doing that. If you know that you're unhappy in your relationship, what is it that you want? Do you want to stay in this relationship? Do you want to try and make it work? Or is it time for you to move on? If it's time for you to move on, then, start asking yourself all of the other backup questions. Okay, what conversations do I need to have with this person? What do I need to, like, what logistics do I need to get in order for myself in order to have that conversation? What transitions do I need to make for myself? Like, do I need to rearrange my living situation? Whatever the case is, like, truly, it's just about asking yourself questions. And what makes this hard is that there's probably some questions that you're avoiding asking yourself. And that's what I've kind of gathered from my conversations with the people that have reached out to me. It's like, this is all I ask you. I sit in front of you and I'm asking you, it's like, okay, so what is it that you want? What is it that you feel like you're supposed to be doing? What is it that like is stopping you from doing what you want to do? It's truly just asking yourselves that question, like those questions. That's it. I promise you, that's it. And, the more that you can sit with yourself and ask yourself this question, the more clarity you'll gain. So what does that mean? It means you're gonna have to stop scrolling on Instagram. It means you're gonna have to, like, maybe cut back on Netflix. It means maybe, we're not gonna go out every single weekend. Like, if you want to get serious about your life, baby, you got to get serious about you. That's all it is. And, a lot of the times we're filling ourselves with these distractions, whether that's, going out, whether that's drinking, whether that's smoking, whatever the case is. Like, cut it out. Cut out the distractions. Cut out whatever is stopping you from being in tune with yourself, and really start asking yourself the questions that you've been avoiding. And that's hard. That's a process, like, in terms of just like getting serious with yourself. Like, this is, I guess, the first time I'm really talking about this. Like, alcohol is like a huge thing that like is a distraction, like socially drinking. Yeah, that's great and stuff like that. But it's like, how deep is your, habit of drinking getting in between you and your dreams? And even more so, how, like, deep is your addiction to your phone getting in between you and your dreams? Like, you're sitting here scrolling through Instagram, seeing everybody do what they want to do, and is that helping you get to where you want to be? Like, if you replace 10 minutes of scrolling versus 10 minutes of reading a self-help book, I promise you, the amount of time that, like, you would have seen that you just had, like, gained is, like, insane. Like, get so picky about your time, get so picky about what it is that you want to invest in, get so picky about who it is that you want to invest in, and you'll start seeing the changes that you want to see within your life. And all of this just comes down to being intentional. Be intentional with your time. Be intentional with your energy. Be intentional with the people that you surround yourself with. Be intentional about who you give your time to. Be intentional about what you're asking from the universe. That's all it is, I promise you. It's just about sitting with yourself and really being like, what is it that I want? and then you'll start to see it happen. And I promise you, it's insane. Like, I'm not joking when I say, like, 3 months ago, there are things that I've written down that have, like, literally just been, like, clear as day. This is what's happening right now. It's just like, this is what I want to mean to the people around me. And I've had those people say those exact words to me, to my face. And I don't know. It's just insane. Like, if there is a version of yourself that's out there that you want to see, you need to start showing up as them, like, right now. You need to start showing up as them yesterday. But that's all it is. You're not just going to magically transform into this person. It takes time. But it also takes that willpower to show up for yourself the way that you need to show up for yourself. Because, like, have you ever noticed it's so easy for us to do that? It's just like the second, like, anyone calls us, it's so easy for us to show up for them. But when it comes to showing up for ourselves, it's hard. Like, for whatever reason, it's like, oh, I can't do that. I can't wake up at this time and go work out at the gym. I can't, like, whatever the case is. You come up with some excuse, right? You need to stop. Stop coming up with excuses. Stop lying to yourself. Stop, like, telling yourself, oh, I'm going to do this when this and this happens. That's an excuse, baby. Like, I cannot tell you how many people are just like, oh, yeah, I'm waiting for this to happen and I'm going to do that. That's an excuse because you're scared. Stop being scared. You're giving yourself a deadline. Things will only take you as long as you allow it to take you. So, and that's something I've had to work on. I have been the biggest procrastinator ever, but I had to tell myself, it's just like, okay, well, if this is like the results I want to see, why aren't I seeing it? It's like, well, you're not doing the work. You need to do the work because it's not going to come to you if you just wait around. So, I hope that helps. I know this video is a little bit random. I really just started, like, I had a completely different script written out from what I was going to share with you guys, and I kind of just hit this, and I think this is the message that the universe wanted me to share with y'all. So I hope it helps. I hope it resonates to some degree, but you got to be your own cheerleader, okay? But I'm here rooting for you too. I'm on the sideline going for you. We're on the same team, baby, but you'll figure it out, okay?